late night, and you know Price from the LSPD
Yeah.
calls me up, and I guess he's having trouble getting a hold of Jason, so he needs me to remit his order for him. I say no problem. I fly over to the court center and I grab his stuff for him. And while I'm there, I do an inventory check. There's 30,000 materials sitting at one quality. I fucking freak, right? I race home to Mirror Park. I grab my bison. I call up my son and I say, you got to grab your bison. Meet me at court center right now, right now. And we're leaving Mirror Park. And I take a wide turn and fucking Brian Knight pulls me over. Right? Delays me about 5 minutes. I get to court center, load up the materials. I get to the sand yard, and my fucking trunk is empty.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's like what, $300,000?
Yeah.
Whatever.
330K. That's what I said.
I don't know what's going on with the Mopec stuff. I'm gonna be honest, because I keep asking about it, but like, they're not getting me a spreadsheet. There's
5K mats left, and they're about to crumble too.
So like, I'm very, because like I spoke to Seven, but like I thought we have an understanding, but it's like I'm not getting follow-ups. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We gave him keys and everything.
I'm wondering if it's just a matter of burnout, but who knows? They live and breathe sanitation 24/7. It's only a matter of time. But I've had to source from elsewhere. A lot of the ex-DOC guys, they're running sanitation nonstop, and because of the relationship I developed doing outreach up at Bolingbrook, they're giving them to me for 9. And then I have a couple other crews. So
beautiful.
I'm
not dying on a hill with for Mopec either, right?
Yeah.
It's I don't know what's happening with it. I like I said, I keep poking, but they haven't even given me the data sheet. Hold on, let me call Junior real quick.
Yeah.
It's like almost I gotta go to the meeting and do it myself.
Yeah.
Hey, Nino.
Can you see what's going on with Mopec and work with Jason on it? Because like the TLDR is like we had 30,000 material just rip at the court center.
Yeah, Michael mentioned it to me apparently.
Yeah. But I'm not too concerned about that. I'm more concerned that like you've seen the exchange, right? We still don't have an Excel sheet. Like, are they actually doing anything with Mopec? They're not. If they have problems, they're not telling us about it. So like, do we just actually need to? Because I feel like we tried to get them to work through the court. Like, I don't know what's going on. I think
I'll make some calls.
And if they want to do it, we need them to actually take it on. Otherwise, we're gonna have to have someone else run Mopec.
Okay,
I don't want to. I gave them this opportunity, but it's been weeks now. Like,
So what is the issue? There's just no movement whatsoever.
It doesn't look like there's any movement. We just need to, like, I need an Excel sheet. I need to know, have they been running Mopec? Like, what's the story? You know?
If it's not the case of, if there's no Excel sheet, I can always contact my finance guy and he can probably cook one up.
I don't, honestly, I just don't know. From our perspective, it doesn't look like they're doing anything.
Okay, I'll get Austin some questions
and look through the email chain and look at, like, I asked them very specifically, we need this, and this, and I think it's pretty clear. So
they just ain't doing their job probably.
Or maybe they are and they're not telling us. Like, you know, that's why we need that sheet so we know, like, here's the incoming, here's the outgoing. Because I haven't even seen any. I haven't seen any requests, so I don't know what's going on.
All right, I'll chase it up. All right.
All right, easy.
All right, appreciate it, Nino. Bye.
Yeah, I have a feeling. I don't know. My guess is maybe they're not happy about something, but they don't want to say it. But they're not telling us, so we need to just. Mopec is not the hardest thing to resolve.
No,
we've learned that very quickly with just like pretty much what we got going. So
yeah. I looked through the pending transactions. There was nothing in there saying like someone was trying to sell materials. Or
anything. I got him keys. I got him this. I got him that. Like, If they need something, we got a means to communicate it. But when we're not seeing the communication, like, what are we supposed to do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I know there's a need for it because when I ask people to sell me materials, a lot of times it's, I got to give it to this mechanic shop, that mechanic shop, and the other things. So the mechanics are going back to the open market. I can tell you that much.
yeah. Yep. So I think that our goal should be that we should always have about 100. Our goal, like our what we should always aim for is 100 guns worth of mats, maybe even 200, right? Because I think the outflow is good enough that we are never going to worry about it, and we can always offload it.
Well, I mean, they have a long shelf life, right? When you factor in that,
let's drive and talk, and let's get you this cash.
Yeah.
Do you know roughly how much you're owed?
It's probably it was 1.6 for the first round and 1.
Let's start with the 1.6.
Yeah. Hey, listen, you know me. As long as I can break even and keep things moving forward, that's what I care about.
I agree with you. Let's start with that. Like, we need to get our Excel sheets in between us, I think.
Yeah.
So that way, what do you call it? I want to get that to you so you are at least good on that.
Yep.
And how we move stuff. So some of it is getting like washed through accounts. Some of it is going to be in cash. I don't think you should do cash transactions with the material people, or do they want cash?
No, bank transfer to business accounts most typically.
Okay.
So I have the low-hanging fruit of we're trying to build up the crypto exchange at the court center. So I have my rationale for why I'm buying mats, right? That's fine from that sense. It's just moving money from.
Okay, but that story is only going to go for so long, right?
So long, that's right. So that's why I think what I was thinking is we should probably get 3 business applications up. One for a sanitation business, one for a mechanic shop, and then one for whatever we do up in Polito. And they all shouldn't be under my name either.
I agree. So the first thing is we need someone else.
Yeah.
But let's not go that deep just yet.
Yeah.
My first thing that we have about half the money going through wire, half of it going through cash. Cash is still pretty good for some things, like this 1.6. That's easy to account for, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hold some of it. Actually, let's roll back. So let's talk about this situation with the house, because I forgot. Like, we haven't connected in a minute.
Yeah.
So I wanted to give you my perspective, and I'm sure there's reasons, whatever, but I think this perspective is important so you have a better understanding of how I operate, and how I operate is years of learning, right?
Of course.
We cannot trust anybody with even the smallest details. And that includes, like you saw yourself, right? What you're buying is already a red flag, right?
Yeah.
That's how we learned about the ADMC shit.
Yeah.
Grab some cases.
It's the $1,000 one, yeah.
Yes.
Grab 5 of them.
How much do we need? You're getting 1.6, right?
Is it 250 per? I'll grab 8.
Yeah.
I'll grab.
No.
8.
Hold on. We need 6. I think I got 4. And we'll just do 2 trips just in case something happens.
Okay.
I think what we're going to do is we're going to move some of this back to 7, and then you move it as you please. That's a safer route.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to do a big transfer, you can do it over time.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the move. You move it into your account a little bit over time.
Yep. And I can do that. Art commissions. I do a lot of them.
Love it.
Yeah. And those are typically cash. So. I
also think what you do is you get your art commission business up and going.
Yeah, I can do that. Not a problem. So what happened there?
Well, let me explain my.
Of course,
from my POV, is I'm disguised. I walk in there, I dump in like $3 million that day, right? And then all of a sudden I see movement. I'm like, oh, it's probably Michael.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden Sylvio's there, and he's like, we don't really say much. It's awkward.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, number one, did he see that there's $3 million in there? Number two, why is Nino in a disguise, right?
Yeah.
Number three, did he see the rifle bodies? Number four, he knows that this house, I'm in it, right? Now, Sylvio is not going to do wrong by me or you. I believe that. But Sylvio, I don't know how he moves. I don't, right? I never actually knew him like that. I know he wanted to do things, but he's not a bad guy, whatever. I just don't know how he moves. And even if he might move in a way that is like, has good intention, it doesn't mean that his, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, Nino and Michael, they live down the street, or like, something that he thinks is inconsequential is actually very consequential to us.
Yeah.
You see where I'm going with this?
I do.
So,
I do.
So, not the end of the world. It could have been worse. It could have been someone else, but, it was just,
So, Sylvio was concerned that you thought the guns in the basement were his, and what I had told Sylvio...
I said that on purpose, by the way.
I kind of figured.
Yeah.
I kind of figured.
That, because I needed a reason to explain why I was, like, kind of pissed.
Yeah. And I leaned into that, right?
Good.
And what I told him was that we have hit the limit in terms of the amount of materials we could store. And that's why the day prior to you bumping into him in that house, when it became known to me that the bodies were at the house.
Yeah.
I notified both him and Helios that I needed to move
stole
my
one of
lumber
yours.
operation.
There you go.
Oh shit. That I'd be moving my lumber operation next door because the court center would need to store some overflow of materials in that house, and I couldn't have non-government employees with access. The problem is I was not able to get around to doing that before he woke up there. So it was...
Let's go.
Let's call it a miscommunication. He should have been waking up next door, and unfortunately that did not happen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was due to my lack of availability to pull him off the panel. So.
I got you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good. I think
I was trying to keep the lumber operation up and running because...
Which I think you should. Which is why maybe this whole thing, like for now, we can move this here, but I think we need to reassess our assets.
Yeah.
And I think what we need maybe to start with is kind of a visual representation of the network, including assets, including ownership.
I started on that yesterday, actually.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And part of that asset allocation is strategic location. So I am not a fan of Polito.
Okay.
For production.
Okay.
I think for keeping cash there, here's my problem with Polito is, I don't know. I want us to talk about this, right? Like I want you to push back because I might be pigeonholing my thought process here a little bit. Is my concern with Polito is that it's so out there that your chance of getting held up is way higher.
Yeah, I agree. And to double down on your thought, I have it on very good authority that Marshall Barrett bought a home out there and is planning on spending a lot more time out in Polito as well.
Really?
So, yeah. Apparently, when the two properties went up, one of them was that one up there. I don't know exactly which one. My son does.
Yeah. Can you make a note of this, by the way? So then
absolutely.
What we'll do is we'll try to keep like an actual like ledger or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
So at least to begin before we get something a little bit more, Sorry, go ahead.
So that would be another reason why, but it's also there's only two ways in and out of there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why I'm also pretty apprehensive about operating out of there. And I think that property may be better leveraged to sell it and get something else or trade. You know what I mean?
I don't think having something in Polito is a bad idea, but you're right about the trade. Go ahead and place that down. And we'll.
Oh shit! Yeah.
I'm gonna show you some other properties. There's some insanely sick properties, Michael. Insane property. I don't know when it went up. I don't know who owns it, but the best, it's fucking off the... See, this is why this even isn't the best place. For money, it's fine. But for, like, moving product out is sus.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, because you walk out of here, you don't know if there's, like, a boost next door or, like... And then all of a sudden, some new rookie cop is, like, frisking you because they don't know who you are. And now all of a sudden, we need in and out like no one sees it.
Yeah.
Yeah, when is the auction, by the way? There is an auction happening, but I don't know when the auction's supposed to be.
Junior's at it right now.
Wait, it's right now?
Apparently.
Wait.
Tell me.
Big
if that's
Dog
the right one,
auction is starting. Wait, what is it though?
It's a home in Jamestown.
Oh, that shit. I don't give a fuck about Jamestown.
Can you tell me if that's accessible?
Let me see. Yes.
It is? Okay.
I'm gonna call Faulkner right now. And we'll go for another trip. Yeah, let me actually before we go back down, I'm gonna show you the place. And I'm down to drop like a lot on this one.
Yeah.
Problem is there's no... Wait a minute, we can look it up. I have the property shit.
Is it residential?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.